I'm going to switch off the keyboard first of all so that we can all start from a blank slate. So there comes the PSR S710 powering on. Yamaha make very great products, and my advice to you when you're looking for a keyboard to use in church, any series, the S series from the either the 710 or a 750, they're good enough. So you don't really have to go for the 950 or the 910, the 900 series. Quite expensive, but they don't really give you much of an extra. If you have the extra budget, well and good. So I'm using the S710 for today's demonstration, which is a keyboard I believe which most of you are using. So we're going to talk about making beats or styles on this machine. So the first point you'll want to go on your keyboard, depending on what you're using, is on the function menu. Here on the function menu, and then I'll move to the digital recording menu. Now under the digital recording menu, I have three options. So the first option is song creator, then style creator, and then the multipad creator. So I'm going for the style creator today. Now when I come here, the first thing I'm supposed to do is to select new style. If you don't select new style, you will come in with a beat that is already on the keyboard. So you want to be sure, hear that? So you don't want that to happen. So just allow me to do something a little bit on my machine, just to sort out something here. Good. So if you come to the style creator and you don't select a new style, it will come in with some style. So you want to erase that so that you are making a new style. So you go to new style, delete, yes. Good. Now, if I play, I have nothing. It's blank. So that means the memory is cleared, so I can now create a new style. So, now the next thing you'll want to do is go to the tabs until it takes you back to the first tab. So all these are tabs here. So you want to go back to the basic tab. On my keyboard it's called basic, if you can see that. So on this first page, what you want to do is to set the length of the pattern that you want to make. So they are calculated in terms of bars. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 1 bar. So those are 4 beats in 1 bar. That's why you can see here written 4/4. So maybe I want to play a beat or a full song which has a length normally of 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I want that, I have to go here to the pattern length and select 2. Okay, move to the pattern length, select 2. If you want 2 bars. If you want 1 bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, just select 1. But for today, I'm going to choose 2. So I'm just showing you this so that you can also take your time and experiment on your own. Different pattern lengths, try different things, make mistakes. That's the process to learn. So today, I'm going to use a pattern length of 2, and then I will execute. Okay. Now I'm recording this on my keyboard. I have 4 sections, A, B, C, D, on the main style section. So remember, we are recording this style or this song using the style creator. So the memory will be stored under the style. So I have 4 banks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D. I also have an intro bank. I also have a break. I have an ending. Remember, you can put an intro to a song. You can put some autofill in. You can also put some endings on your songs or on your styles. So this part gives you the option of choosing the section to which you want to record your track. So if I choose section B, that means I want to record on channel B. You know, when you're playing songs and you are switching your styles from A to B, where maybe A, you just put a small bit and then you make it more busy in part B, then part C you add in more, then part D you make it more full. See, typically how the beats in the keyboard are made. So I'm going to record in channel A to begin with. So I'll select channel A. My pattern length is 2. Now, I'll go now to my recording channel. See the option here for recording channel. I'll select recording channel. When I select recording channel, it brings me to this display down here where I have rhythm 1, 2, bass, chord 1, chord 2, pad. I don't know, that is phrase 1 or phrase 2. So it gives me an option of these channels where I can record different things. So for example, on the first channel, I can record my snare and my crashes, or I can record my kick. So it depends on what you want to put on what channel. I can choose the chord channel to record my piano. Then the second channel I add a pad. Then the other channel I add a brass instrument. So you have the channels where you can put different instruments. So normally I'm going to make a praise beat, a fast upbeat song, simple song, simple progression, and you want to check your tempo. Tempo is 120. So that's a typical tempo of a praise song. You can change that if you want. So to program a song well, or a beat, if you're just doing a beat, what you need to do is to ensure that you put things on separate tracks. So you don't put all the kick, the snare, the hi-hats and everything, and the percussions on one track. I can put normally the kick on its own track. So I'm going to record a kick. You can see that the keyboard has already given me a kit, a drum kit. Now you may not be able to see the menu of the sounds, which is a little bit far, but I'm going to my voices where you have your kits. I believe you know where you have your drum kits. So if I select the menu for the kits, it brings me those kits. So I'll push the octave back a little bit to here. So that is my kit. By default, it will load that as my kit to allow me to program. So all the way. So I tried to zoom in my camera so that we can focus on the screen, but that's the kit that we have here. Different elements. So I can go through the kits, choose the kit that I want. Maybe depending on the kind of song that I want to do. If it's a dance song, I'll choose a kick, which is a dance kick. So it will give me a kit which has a dance kind of feel. And if I want more maybe of a R&B, so go through the elements, get a feel of the kit, then land on a kit which you believe will do the job. So normally I would go for a rock kit. It is more solid, it's more... I like the rock kit. So Now that I have my kit, so how do you select your kit? Just go straight to where the menu of your voices is. If you select that menu where your kits are, you select the kit, then you exit, brings you back to the style creator or where we want to make the beats now. Okay, now we have our kit. We are happy with it. So by default, the recording, if you look at the recording channels, if you press the recording channel, see where there is F, recording channel. If I use that button, if I holding that button and select any of the channels, it will enable that specific channel for recording. That specific channel. So you have to hold that. I don't know how that is on your keyboard, but look for where that recording channel is, because Yamaha tried to make their products similar. So I believe these things can be found on many keyboards. So press the recording channel and then select the channel where you want to record. So the first thing I want to do is the kick. So I select channel 2 and to put my kick there. So that is my kick. So if I want to record, I'll put my metronome on to give me the tempo of the song. And then I'll put the sync start button so that I start right from the beginning of the bar. So I will play how many times? Through 2 bars. Huh? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So my kick is recorded, but you can hear that there are some delays, some elements are coming earlier, some are coming late. So now I want to quantize that so that every kick is right on time. So you'll go to the tabs, move up to the point where you find quantize under the channel tab. Quantize. So quantize and then execute. So if I play, you can hear it's now right on time. But now I can also balance the volume of every kick. Every kick needs to have the same volume so that one kick is not louder than the other. So I move forward on the tab, move forward up to the end. On my keyboard is on the edit menu. And then when I scroll down, see the 1, 2, 3, 4 on this column. On this column, these numbers give me the velocity or the volumes of the kicks. So you can see the first kick is at 109, the next kick is at 97. So the volume is dropping. So I want to put the kicks on a uniform volume. So I can decide to put all of them, for example, on 100. So 100, so that the kick is uniform. So move down, 100, 100. Next one, 100. Good. So I just put all of them. That was too loud. So you really want a smart beat, well balanced in volume, every kick sounding in the right place at the right volume. So 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now our kick is well done. So we'll go back to our recording channel. Now I want to put maybe a side stick, or a snare, whatever you want to put. But now I don't want to put that on the same track as my kick. So I want to put that on a different track. And so I will select, go to my recording channel once again, hold that button, then select the different channel, like on channel 1, because I did the kick on channel 2. So I'll go to channel 1. It's now record enabled. So I just want to put that side stick. So same thing, put on the metronome, sync start. So I want it to start right with the kick. Now, for example, what if you make a mistake and, for example, you recorded that side stick and you don't want it? Now, you see this rhythm clear button here? You press and hold that, and the keyboard will actually tell you, while holding down this button, press the appropriate key on the keyboard. The drum instrument assigned to the key will be cleared. So I want to clear that side stick, so I'll hold that and then click on that note. So it's no longer there. I'm back to the kick. Okay? So if you make a mistake, maybe your finger slides and you play something wrong, just go to rhythm clear, then hold the specific note that you want to delete. So I'll do that side stick again. 2, 3, 4. So not how long I'm playing it. I'm playing it through 2 bars. If I don't, let me clear that. If I don't play it through 2 bars because my pattern length was 2. That's something many people usually mess around with. So my pattern length was 2. So I have to play straight through 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So do that again. Metronome, sync start. Then don't overlap your recording. Don't overlap into the next bar. Once the second bar is over, you stop there. So for example, let me clear that and show you a wrong way of doing it. Would be doing this, huh? Okay, metronome, sync start. So I'm going to overlap the second bar and overplay. See that? I've overlapped into the second bar, so you'll actually hear double side sticks on top of one another. Hear that? So what you want to do is to play exactly up to the end of the bar. Don't even play the 8th note because it's already going to loop with the first note you played. So I'll actually just play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I leave it so that the first one comes in. So I'll do now it the correct way. Metronome, sync start. Oh, sorry. What did I play? I played something wrong. So I go to rhythm clear. So anything you touch will be recorded. So I just clear whatever I played here. Good. Metronome, sync start. Good. After you do that, go to your quantize. Quantize. Now, let me mention something about the quantize. I will execute. But something to mention here, you'll find different sizes, and that will depend on the kind of beat that you want to make. So if you are doing a reggae beat, for example, you'll change the sizes. I don't know exactly. It's usually I think it should be either that one, or that one, or that one. Is it usually that one or that one? So experiment between these sizes depending on the rhythm. But on a normal 4x4 beat, that means it's not a swing. You'll just use the default note size. Is it the 16th note, I believe. So choose the correct size. So if you're doing a chakacha beat, for example, that's an African beat, try different sizes that will quantize that chakacha beat in the correct timing. So ensure that you use the correct quantizing, the correct size, so that you have the correct rhythm. So the default for a normal 4/4 beat is that. So assuming I quantize with a different size, like maybe that, and I execute. Hear that? It's sounding out of time. So you try on different sizes depending on your style, reggae, chakacha, or what. Those styles which are not 4/4, you'll find the correct size to quantize. So I'll undo that. So I'll go back to where I was. So that's good. And remember, you can always go back and edit your volumes for that side stick so that they are uniform. But I'll not do that because of time, but you now know how to do that. So now, when that is done, I want to go, you can go and, okay, now you can, because it's still on record, I can just put it on so that I'm no longer recording on that channel. But if I still want to add something else on that channel, on that side stick channel, maybe I want to add a shaker or maybe some congas, some percussion on that same channel, because usually that's what you'll do because you don't have many channels. So you'll go record channel. I want to record again on that channel which has the side stick. I want to add that tambourine. So if I don't want to record something from the start, I can just actually put the start button. Then I can fill in the tambourine where I want it to be. So I'm going to fill in a tambourine and a conga where I want them to be. So okay, see that? And then I want to put now my congas. Good. That's nice. Then I'll now go and quantize that again. Execute. Okay. Now I don't like the way my congas sound, so I'll just hold rhythm clear and I clear those congas and I play them again. So, oh, I think I messed up on the quantize. That's why they're not sounding right. Oh, you see? That's a good mistake that helps us to learn. So let me just clear that tambourine again and the congas, so they're no longer there. So I only have my kick and my side stick. I record them again and then quantize them correctly. So, okay. My side stick was also affected, so I'll also clear it, record it again. So I'll record the side stick, I'll record the tambourine and the congas at the same time. So sync start. So side stick is in. I'm going to put my tambourine now. So good. Now I'm going to put my congas. Wonderful. Now, I'll go to my quantize. Now, I want to ensure that I bring it back to the correct size for the 4/4 beat, which is that, the default one. Then execute, then listen to that. Perfect. Nice, 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 nice. Nice, 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 nice and clean. Now, you can add more elements to your beat. Maybe it's a different beat. Maybe if it's a reggae, maybe. Program whatever you want. Whatever style you want to record. So that's basically how you do that. I believe you're smarter than me and you can now go and do much more than that. Now, that beat is already done in a way because it sounds complete. But now we can do something more. the auto fills, you know, the rolls. So I'll go to on my keyboard, I have the autofill button, the normal autofill button. I will select that autofill button. When I select the autofill, it pops up a menu which asks me, do you want to fill in channel A, channel B, channel C? So I'm recording on channel A, everything in channel A. If you want to record the filling in a different channel, you are free to record in a different channel. So I'll be doing it on channel A. So I want that fill in to be on channel A. So I will go to my recording here. So I want to so I'll do something like that. So a fill-in is usually just that one bar, a roll. Okay, and then I'll go to my quantize that fill. Good. Now we have a fill. Now when we have the fill in, I'm going back. If I want to go back now to my normal recording channel, I now press back the main variation. A, B, C, D, I go back to my A. So I go back to my main A. Now I'm out of the filling. I put in the filling. You can refine that at your own time, but that's basically how you do it. Now, that's just a beat with a filling. We can save that and go out and exit, and we have our beat. But now, maybe we want to record a full song, you know, not just a beat, but a full song. So that means I want some instruments and some chords. Very simple. Go back to my recording channel, hold it, then select, I want to put maybe a piano or an electric piano. So I hold that and then choose the chord 1 channel. It will enable it to record, and then I'll go to my voices and maybe I'll choose an EP, maybe a hypertimes. I'll be playing on key C or maybe use F sharp, the key in Africa. You know, everybody plays on F sharp. So I choose that. So I'm just going to play a simple progression: 1, 4, 5. 4, 1, 4, 5, 4 through 2 bars, remember? So when I'm ready, my metronome and my sync start, because I want to start right from the top. And then I stop. See that? After I play through 2 bars, I stop so that they don't overlap. Okay? So I have laid down my EP, and then I move to the quantize, execute. So now that we have nice and clean. And then maybe I want to add maybe a lead instrument. For example, I want to add maybe brass or something. I'll choose now a different channel. That was on channel code 1. I'll hold that and choose the second channel. So I'll choose a different, after I choose the channel, I now go to my voices and I choose maybe a saxophone. Okay, now assuming that I want to add a lead instrument, like a saxophone, I go to my recording channel, I select the channel that has code 2, then I choose the sound. Nice. An alto sax. And then I go to metronome, sync start. but maybe I don't like that saxophone and I want to change it. I'll go to hold delete, then delete that. So that's it. Then I can quantize that. Quantize, execute. Good. Now maybe I want to add a bass. Go to recording channel, hold record, then the bass. Then I can go to my voices and choose a bass that I want. And use that. Then metronome sync start. There it is. Quantize that. Execute. Yes. Now, maybe I want to make an intro section that does not have the kick, so that it just starts without the kick. So I'll now go to another channel, like on channel B. I select channel B because I was recording on channel A. Now I can put the intro on channel B. Then I say OK. Now I don't have to replay everything. I can copy whatever was in channel A to channel B and mute the kick. Okay. So I go back to the first tab. I ensure that my pattern is correct. And then I'll move my tab to the assembly. Now I'm in channel B and I want to copy that. I want to copy that. So I say copy from, and then I move it to A. And then I also want to copy the rhythm too from A. So I'll copy everything first and then I'll delete what I don't want. So I move it down to B, then back to A. Good. Then move to the chord, down to B, back to A, copy from A. Then I go to the saxophone, move to A, then down to B. Now I have everything in channel B. Now what I'll simply do, I'll go to the recording channel and delete what I don't want. That is the kick. So hold delete, and then the kick is in the second channel. So I delete the kick. So now, good. Awesome. Now, if I want a fill-in for the channel B, I can still do the same thing. Go to the auto fill-in button on your keyboard, then OK on fill-in in B. Okay. 3, 4. Then just go to quantize. Oh, there's a problem somewhere on how that is filling in. And so I will just fill in B. Just want to clear everything. So you can just swipe through, clear everything. 2, 3, 4. Sorry. clear everything like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So that's a fill-in on part B. So that's done. Then I can go back to the main part. Now you can add more parts, maybe a bridge, an intro, a chorus on different parts, A, B, C, D. Now, assuming that our song is now done, now we want now to do a little bit of mixing just to make the beat sound a little bit nice. So now on this keyboard and on most keyboards, you'll find the mixing console. Now the mixing console gives you a studio setup that allows you to do equalization, to put on effects, and all that. So, for example, let me go back to section A. Now, if I listen to that and, for example, I want to add the weight of the kick, if I scroll through the tabs, I'll go to the EQ, the tab that has the EQ. And the EQ will allow me to EQ different things, the style, the left to the right, whatever. And so maybe I can go to the master EQ. The master EQ is here on the edit. This is the master overall EQ. So this is the low frequency moving up to the high frequency, bass to the highs. So for example, if I want to add more highs, if I select this band, this EQ band, EQ5, if I check here, it shows me that this is around 12K. That is very high. I can maybe bring it to 10K. That is the sharp frequency. So if I add this, the track will become brighter. Okay, just listen to this. Let me reduce that, and then I'll add it in slowly as you listen to it. So if you listen to it at that point, it's very dull. If I put it maximum, do you hear now the high end coming up? If I make it maximum, very bright, so you can put it to a good level. If you want more bass on the low end, if I select the first band, EQ1, you see that that frequency is around 160. That's where the low end is. So I can boost it maybe to a point that I want, maybe 4 dB. More bass. If I exaggerate it so that you can hear more of that band, more bass. So you now know what you can do to get what you want. More bass, more high. The mids are also here. And then when you select a band, you can go into the frequency and change the frequency that you want to alter. So maybe you want a mid frequency of 800. You hear how that sounds. If I exaggerate that frequency of 900 hertz, you hear that So you don't want that much of there, so you cut that out. So I have good low end. So long as you have a good low end and good high, not excessively bright or excessively heavy, that's good. Now if I exit that, so I've adjusted the EQ a little bit, and maybe if I want to adjust maybe the EQ of individual elements, if I press the mixing console button, see it's changing the functions here. So I bring it to this point where it shows me rhythm 1, 2 up to the chords, and then I know this is my bass, I know this is my keyboard. So maybe on the bass I want more of the low end. You see the EQ low and EQ high. So this is the EQ on the low, and then upwards that's the EQ on the high. So I want to add more low end to the bass, more of the low, EQ low to the bass. More bass. Hear that? More bass. Maybe I want the kick to also have some little bit more bass. Remember the other EQ was overall on the whole track. This is now more specific on one element. So now this, for example, rhythm 2 is the kick. More bass on the kick. Nice. Now, the first channel was for the side stick and the shaker, so I want a little bit now high end on that so that they are a little bit bright. So I move up to the EQ high, I add a little bit, then listen. Then I also want something a little bit high end on that saxophone so that it's a little bit bright. So I add a little bit of the EQ high. Now, That's on the EQ tab. There's even much more you can do here. You can go to the volume. If you move the tab, you'll find the volume. You can alter the volume. For example, I'm not hearing maybe much of the EP, the hypertones, which was on channel 1. So I can add the volume on channel 1 a little bit. That's nice. Or if I want to add the saxophone, I go to that saxophone channel, then see that? You can adjust the volume on the volume tab. Now you can also add effects. So if you move the tab to effect, for example, on this code 2, which has my saxophone, I want more of a reverb. You know, reverb is good on the saxophone. So I want to add that's already a hall that is there. I can change the specific reverb using this type button. Maybe I don't want a hall, maybe I want a light hall or a basic hall. Excuse me. So I can choose the type of reverb I want here. Then I can exit, and then I can add the amount of reverb that I want. So let's me add a lot of reverb to the saxophone so that you can hear it. Nice. Then I can also add some delay to the saxophone. Just move it down here to the delay. Add some delay. Maybe too much. Reduce a little bit. See that? Some delay and some reverb on that saxophone makes it sound really nice and big. So you can spend more time, balance, add more effects. There are lots of effects you can investigate here. Now, assuming now I'm happy with my effects, with my volume and my EQ, and I'm saying, okay, now I'm done. I want to go. So just exit that. Now we are back to our recording style creator. Save. Now, what are we going to save this as? I'm going to name this demo. Okay. Now, good. Now, if I exit my style, if I go to the user on the style, I'll find demo. Now, when I play part A, do you hear the feeling now? Aha, part B. Part B did not have the kick, remember? Part A has the kick. Now you have your style, and now you ask me, man, where are my chords? Now, that's where now the trick comes in. Now, the chords will only come in if you switch on the accompaniment button on your keyboard. Mine is somewhere here. You can't see it. Switch on the accompaniment button, and then play a C major 7th chord. C major 7th chord from the top, from the end of the keyboard. C, E, G, and B. At the very end, C, E, G, and B. Now when you press that, now I have first to put the beat on. So I'll put a sync start, and then I'll play the C major 7th chord. Nice. Now, assuming now I want to record a full song. Now, remember I had recorded 2 parts, an intro and the climax. So now, this is now where we'll now move to your recording section. Now, I don't know if you can see this, or maybe I can try to move this a little bit so that you can see this. Okay. Okay, now, see, submit. Now, here you have the recording button. So, I'll want to record the intro and then the climax. All right? So, I'll press record. Okay, then I'll select part B because that's the first part. And then I'll press the sync start. And then when I play my C major 7th, I don't know if you can see my hands. C major 7th, C, E, G, and B. it will start recording the intro part. And then when I want to put in the climax, I will now press part A. So I've gone to record. I've selected the intro part, which is part B. And then I go to my C major 7th chord to start it C, E, G, and B. So it will start recording the intro. Now I want to record the whole song using the parts I've created. So it's now playing part B. Now I'm getting ready to go to part A. Okay, now here we go. Now we are into the climax of the song, okay? Maybe I want to go back to a more quiet part or any other part I'd recorded. Maybe a small break. And then good. Okay, assuming now that's the end of the song, depending on my arrangement, I press stop. Now, okay, the computer on the keyboard tells me the recorded song will be lost if I don't save it. Okay, don't know if you can see that. Let me check. If you can see my screen, maybe if I can move that a little bit now to where we were. It tells me that if I don't save the work, the recording will be lost. Let me just focus on that. Yes, good. The recorded song will be lost if you change to another song or you turn off the power without executing the save operation. Now I have recorded my parts. Now I want to save it. So I'll go to this function here called new song. And then I'll move my tab to user. And then save. Then I'll give it a name. I'll call it Demo 2. Demo 2. Let's say okay. Now my song now is on my styles. Now even if I turn off my power, do anything, so I'll switch off the keyboard and then we'll turn it on again and see whether our song is ready. So that was just a quick run through. So you can get into more details. For example, on the mixer, do more details, balance it well, balance your volumes well using the mixing console so that everything is sounding well and balanced. And the speakers that come with the Yamaha keyboards are very good for balancing. Okay, so now if we go to our song, on the new song, user, we find Demo 2. Now this song is complete. If I play it, now we have a song. There comes the chorus. Nice. Nice. So basically, see how you can make your own style. If you only want a beat, don't put the chords. If you want a full song, when you're on the style creator, you can just rewind the video. On the style creator, play all your chords there, then save them in different parts, intro, chorus, stanza, whatever you want. Then come to the recording function. After your parts are already recorded, go to the recording function. Then with the accompaniment on, start with the part. Maybe the intro is part 1, then chorus 1, a break, then the climax. Then use the C major 7th chord to initiate, C major 7th chord, C, E, G, and B. And then remember to save your tracks. Okay, I hope that helps. Remember to subscribe to our channel. Share out these videos on social media. Help us to grow the channel, and I hope this tutorial will help so many of you. Once again, I'm Emmanuel here signing out. Thank you so much. God bless you. Work hard, practice, and we meet at the top. Okay, thank you.